beady lot. It is Wednesday morning and it's 10 a.m. So we're gonna be doing some beading. Right, I'm so excited today because we're gonna be doing some beautiful Rivoli earrings. So I did get dressed this morning and then I had to go back and I changed my top because I was wearing a different color and I wanted to really wear these beautiful black ones. So I don't know, do you ever do this? Like you get dressed and then you change your top to match your jewelry and not the other way around? How are we doing? Do let me know in the comments how you doing. How's the weather where you are? It's beautiful and sunny here. It doesn't look like too windy at all. It was really windy yesterday, but it's a bit warmer. Well, it was a bit warmer yesterday, so that was quite good. Good morning, Lucy, Edward, Leanne, Jen. Right, Charlotte is here as well. I'm very well, thank you. I'm feeling much more energetic now. So let's get started. I'm gonna pop you over to the website very quickly because some of these earrings they're only going to be available in kits, and some of them, well, most of them, you only got limited stock. So I really want to make sure that you get the choice what you really want to have. So you know the drill by now. You're going to go over to totallybeads.co.uk and then you're either going to click on video tutorials at the top here, or you're going to go into categories and find video tutorials there. Now, when you land on here, we got hundreds and hundreds of tutorials going back a couple of years now. Been doing a lot of different things. I'm going to pop into today, which is this Rivoli earrings. Now, we're going to be encasing the Rivolis, and we're going to be using size 15 seed beads, which are like a little bit smaller than we used to using size 11s, but we don't really need to go back through them a lot. So it's quite easy and straightforward. You will be just fine with them. So we have got 7 different colors. We got the clear charcoal, which is the black one I'm wearing. I'll show you them down in the mat just in a second. We got a crystal IB, which is just beautiful. The IB finish on those Rivolis are just amazing. Then we got fuchsia gold. We have fuchsia green. We have golden clear. We have got golden silver. And then we have pink blue. Now, some of these crystals are the same color, and I'm going to show you 3 of them. 3 of them in the range is the Rivoli is the same color all the way through from top to bottom, but the other ones the other 4 is will have a different color within the Rivoli at the top and different color at the bottom. Now kids, it makes 1 pair of earrings. Now these are crystals, so they are not acrylic, they are crystals. They're really, really sparkly, and the kits are $7.50. They are down to $6.50 today, so grab whichever one you like. Right, I'm coming back to me, and then we're gonna go down. Actually, I'm gonna remove one of these so I can put it down on the table for you to show them all. So, okay, these are the 7 colors we have. Look at just them, how gorgeous they are. Actually, let me just show you. Let me know in the chat which one do you like the most, so we can demo with that doesn't really matter. I got all of them here, so I could demo with any of them. The black, these 3 at the end, I already have both pairs of them. These one just made up one of them, so I need to make up the other one. So any of these 4s, choose any of these. Please choose any of these 4s. Probably the orange is a little bit harder to show up on the camera, but maybe the fuchsia green or this beautiful pink blue is going to show up quite well. Maybe this one shows up as well, the fuchsia gold. We see. Right, okay. So just quickly coming back and saying hello before the chat goes so quickly. Good morning, Annie, Charlotte, Sharon, Celia, Jen, Rachel, Camille, Robin, good morning, Angela, Brenda. Oh, Brenda's saying, morning Kitty, nice to catch up with the Bead Club ladies yesterday. Oh, bless you too. It was nice to catch up with you too. Morning Lisa. Karen, Lucy just popped the link in for us, so go and get your earrings. Good morning Sue, Sheila, Charlotte, Freelin. I hope I said your name right, lovely. Good morning. Good morning Pamela, Dorothy, Sheila, Annie. Sheila is saying, these look amazing. They are really good. And when I show you how easy it is to encase them, you will be like, this is really easy. Probably about half an hour it takes me to make one earring. Morning, Lindsay, Trish, Karen, Angela, Lemjus, Annie, Dorothy. Right, okay, so I'm going to tell you the colors again, and then I want you to put in the chat which one shall we demo with out of these three. I'm going to, one of these three I want to do. I think the orange will be a bit hard to see. Sorry, Camille. I know Camille likes orange. Right, okay. Oh, Trillian is saying correct. That's good. I'm usually like, I'm so bad reading out new names, but never mind. Okay, so this one is the pink blue. I really do love this color, and let me just bring it in. So at the top, if I just take my fingers off from behind it, at the top, it's more like a purple color, the crystal, and the bottom is more a pink color. Now I do have used the tanzanite, which is like the tanzanite color seed beads, which I love, 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 because it's got like a hint of gray in it. It's just really, really beautiful. Now this one is the fuchsia green, and at the top we got green in this Rivoli, and at the bottom we got this beautiful fuchsia. I used more of a pink, but not quite fuchsia, but more of a pinky seed beads for it, and I used the pearls in there. Is gonna be this beautiful olive color. I think it just really, really matches it. Right, next one is the fuchsia gold. So here we have got gold at the top and fuchsia at the bottom, and we used gold seed beads with fuchsia pearls. Next one is this one, which is the, I don't know why Leanne called this gold and silver because it's like gold and orange. Oh, that was Scott. That was Leanne. That was Scott who called it. It's gold and orange. Can we rename this Leanne, because it's there is no silver in this whatsoever. It's a beautiful golden orangey color. So really, really nice and beautiful color for the summer. Now this one hasn't got two colors in there. It just got the beautiful sort of burnt orange coming through, but because the back of this is mirrored, so these crystals, and let me just bring this up again. So this one hasn't got a back foil to them, so they clear, and the light kind of goes through them, so they're really, really sparkly. These ones have got like a gold foiling, and this one is going to have like a silver one behind it on the back of it. So what that means is that whatever color we got put on the top, which in this case I put like a burnt orange on there, it will be reflected inside the Rivoli itself. It's just really, really beautiful. Right, next one is golden clear. So it's like clear at the top and golden at the bottom. Very, very beautiful. Now these three at the end, I suppose these would be go with anything really what you're wearing. And I have this AB. This AB is so beautiful, so sparkle, crystal AB, called on the website. Beautiful, beautiful color. Look at all those colors and all those shimmer and sparkle coming through it. Leanne renamed it to golden orange.
And we filled it out. I put gold cyan after the Tohos. Do we put
orange is fine, yeah. Or Siam is fine. I believe it's Siam. Golden Siam. She named it Golden Siam. Right. This one is the clear charcoal, which is more black. No, not really charcoal. I don't know what Scott was thinking. But you got clear at the top and sort of black at the bottom. So can we maybe we'll rename this as well later on to black. But those are the 7 colors. And come on, camera, come down with us. Those are the 7 colors we have got. I think Simon is on there and said limited stock on Crystal AB already. I know they were going to go. We have got like sort of good stock, but what we got is what we have, because I'm probably not supposed to tell you, but there are some new Rivolis coming, and we received the stock and we ordered some from factory, and then we taken some stock as well. So this was the stock what we taken. And once they're gone, it will take us quite some time while they're producing it for us. Right, okay, so I'm just gonna have a look. What sort of colors are we? Pink blue. Lucy's saying pink blue. Have we got pink? We haven't got pink. Yeah, we have pink blue, pink purple. I'm looking at purple. Right, never mind. I still got scattery bane, you see. So let me just take a sip of my coffee.
you want to change that one to pink and purple?
Orange gold, please. No, that's all right. I should have We should Leanne, make a note. We need to review the colors. If we don't set up a page, if me or you don't set up a page, we need to review the colors. Purple. There we go. Pink, blue. Pink. I think this one is gonna win. So we're gonna do that one. Pink, blue, pink, blue, pink, pink, purple, pink, pink one. Golden clear, please. That's that one. Pink one. Like out of like one. That's it. Pink is one. This one is the coming up second. Golden clear, orange gold. I'm just gonna kind of wanna run with it for a second to see which other ones do you like. Pink, purple, this one is one. So we're gonna demo with this beauty here at the end. Purple, and make them all pink, please. Well, Rachel, if you have got the whole morning, then I'm quite happy to sit here and make it all for you. Okay, so I'm gonna grab the materials and we're gonna get started. Right, there we go. We're gonna need our pearls. We're gonna need one of these beautiful drop shape Rivolis. They are 13 by 18 millimeter, but look at all the shine and the cut on them. We're gonna need our seed beads. We're gonna need thread and needle. Now I'm gonna be using size 11 needle, and I'm gonna be using AA thread. So because we're working with size 15s and we wanna be able to go around a couple of times in the middle when we're pulling it together, but I will explain everything when we get there. I am using AA thread to be able to go through the beads more. So I did try one of the earrings with D thread, and you can do it with D thread, but it's a little bit too tight. So you might need a pair of pliers to pull the needle through here or there. So I think if you have, please use AA, because it just makes life so much easier. You can add AA thread to the kit by in the option when you go in there, and you can add A on there. Charlotte is saying, 2 of the crystal packs just fell into my basket. Oh, bless you. Right, okay, so I'm gonna get started. So we're gonna start with the pearls. What we do here is we start at the back. So we're gonna pick up all these pearls. They're gonna be our bare bone of, and I'm gonna zoom in more so you can show it even closer. They're gonna be our bare bone of our earrings. Now, we could have used crystals, we could have used other beads as well. I kind of like the pearls because the pearls balance the Rivoli itself. So if I added crystals on there, the shiny crystals might take the sparkle, the shine away from the Rivoli. So whenever you're designing anything with Rivolis or designing anything which is sparkly, putting something like a pearl or like matte beads, which I did put matte beads here with this beautiful black one, it really makes the Rivoli itself or the crystal itself sparkle even more. So we're going to start at the back. We're going to pick up 16 of these beautiful pearls. So 4, 8, 12, 16. Oops. Again, 4, 12, 8, 16. That's how much we're going to need. I'm going to pick up 16 of this onto my needle and slide them all down. There we go. I'm going to double check it. Please double check it, because if you go 15, it's going to be too small. If you go 17, it's going to be slightly too big. So, as they say, 16 is a magic number for this one. Right, just double checking. I'm going to take this down and just double check I got 16. So I got 4, 8, yeah, 16. Now I'm going to come through all 16 of them one more time from my tail end. So I'm just going to fold it onto my hand, and I'm going to come through from the other end, just like that, and go all the way around. Just to make it into a nice circle. Now, usually I don't recommend to knot your tail end and your thread together, but this time we are going to do it because we don't want neither the thread or the tail to travel backwards. And what could happen is, let me just move this camera down a bit, sorry. What could happen is that your back base row, which is what these pearls are, to get loose, and then the Rivoli fall out. So we're gonna knot these together. Rachel's saying I'm looking forward to making these. They are so cute. Right, so I'm just gonna knot my threads together. So I bent all the way around once. So I don't want to knot it just like by going around once. It just helps you to have a better thread path, and you can pull it tighter easier. So I'm just gonna knot this together just like that, and from the other side as well. There we go. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I don't want to work out of my knot, so I'm going to just go through one of the pearls. Now I'm not going to pull this too tight at this point because I don't want the knot to seep into the pearl itself. So I'm just going to loosely go to that pearl in front of me, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pick up 5 seed beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm exiting here, so I'm going to go through this pearl again and the pearl in front of me, in front of that as well, to add our first little loop of beads, and then to be in position to add the next one. From here on, I'm going to add 4 seed beads. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then I'm going to borrow 1 seed bead from the previous loop. So I'm going to go down on this seed bead. I'm going to turn my direction, go through the pearl I was just coming out of and the one in front of it, and I'm going to repeat this all the way around. So picking up 4 seed beads, size 15s, borrowing the one from the previous loop, and going along 2 pearls, just like that. And again, picking up 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and going along just like that. Janice is saying, I cannot bezel, but using bigger beads could help me. So there is so many different ways you can bezel a Rivoli or a cabochon or stone or anything like that. I love this technique because it's not just like it makes us more speedy, makes our complete our projects quicker, because like here, and I'm just pick this one. Can you see the pearls are kind of like tucked against the Rivoli, and the pearls are holding the Rivoli on one side and the seed beads only encasing on the other side. So if I wanted to do seed beads on both sides, then I would have to do more, like, you know, I would either have to do a peyote stitch or a netted or some sort of seed bead work on both sides of the Rivolis. Now the Rivolis usually have a front and a back to them, so you don't really need to worry about the back so much. And by using pearls like this, just really gives that little bit of, like, you know, the pearls are pretty there. They can be seen, but not really seen too much. Like if you turn your head, they might sort of peek out on the side. But it's just really easy and quick way to bezel anything. Right, and if you did the 12 days of Christmas with us, we have had a pendant and a ring in very similar manner. The pendant was called the Eye of a Storm, I think, and the ring was the Rivoli ring, which was, so if you like this technique, do check those ones out as well. Lucy, if you got the link, would you mind to pop it in the chat? And you could have a look at those as well, because really, really easy technique. Just running around, adding the 4 seed beads at a time, and I'm borrowing 1 seed bead from the previous loop. So that 1 seed bead, when I'm borrowing it from a previous loop, that kind of like binds our loops together. Asher is saying, hi everyone from Veridal, Preston. Love your love the color of the pearl. Asher, we are making beautiful Rivoli earrings. So if you just joined us, like Asher, we are making these beautiful Rivoli earrings. I really enjoyed creating this one. They're 13 by 18 millimeter, the Rivolis themselves, and we're just going to encase them. It's a quick way to encase a Rivoli, so we can have a beautiful kind of like costume jewelry for. They don't have, like, what I love about these, that they don't have to be like, if you're going out somewhere posh. You can still wear them because they're nice and sparkly, but they are not so over the top. So you can, even if you're just going shopping, you can still wear them. So what I love about them, sort of a one earring for all. 1, 2, 3, 4. Borrowing the seed bead again. So I'm just running around. So the kits are £7.50. They're down to £6.50 today. And some of them, I think, well, most of them we got limited stock because you only received what we received of the Rivolis. And the clear AB, I think that is, might have, maybe not yet, but might have sold out. Right, when I got to the right at the end, I am going to borrow the seed bead from the very first loop I made as well. So I'm not long just going to go through those 2 pearls. I'm going to come up through that very first seed bead, and this time I'm only going to pick up 3. 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to go down on the last seed bead of the last loop. And again, go along, just 1 pearl is fine. I'm going to come up into my loop. It doesn't matter which way you're going to travel. I'm going to come up just slow. So at the moment we have got this, looks like a little flower going all the way around. So you're going to have to turn this into, we're going to have to tighten this circle into like sort of smaller than the pearls, so it will hold our crystal in there. So each one of our loops have got 5 seed beads in. Now 2 of those seed beads at the bottom are borrowed from like they have the same in between 2 loops, but each one of the loops, if you look at them separately, have got 5 seed beads. So what we want to do is pick up to be coming out of the middle one. So I went into the 1, 2, 3, the third one, the middle one. I'm going to pick up 2 seed beads, and then I'm just quite simply going to travel into one direction. I'm going to go through the third seed bead. So 1, 2, 3 in the next loop, just like that. And I'm going to kind of like try to pull it tight and hold it tight. I'm going to pick up another 2 seed beads, and again 1, 2, third seed beads on the next loop, all the way around. All we're doing at the moment, just picking up 2 seed beads and going through the middle, the third seed beads on the next loop. So we are closing our loop, and can you see already this is kind of like closing in a little bit. Let me just zoom out just a tiny bit. There we go. Debbie's saying, morning girl, better late than ever. So Debbie, I'm so excited because I'm making these beautiful earrings today. We are encasing this beautiful 2-tone, 2-color Rivoli. Very easy technique. And you just add the pearls first, then you add some seed beads going around. We are working with size 15s and 3mm pearls, and then in no time you're going to have a beautiful earring. So I'm just keep picking up 2 now, and I'm going to go through the middle seed beads. So always have a look, because your loop might looks a bit wonky and maybe that bead is sticking up a bit more and you would think that's the third one, but always count. So 1, 2, 3, because that's the one I need to go through. So you have a nice even beadwork going all the way around. Anybody's got any questions? If you got a question, then please put a Q in front of your question, so or just write question, so I know that is for me and I can read it out and answer it for you. And Sheila, thank you so much for the stars. Really appreciated. Right, I am going 1, 2, 3. I'm halfway around, or just a little bit more than halfway. So I haven't even added the Rivoli yet. I'm just tightening up. Can you see how our beadwork around our pearls are already pulling in? 1, 2, 3. That's the one I need to go through. Oh, Lucy's saying you are making this looks easy. Well, Lucy, this is really easy. So when I was working out this pattern, maybe I should show you all the, maybe at the end if you have time. I actually got it on the little bead tray next to me. So I did try a few different approach to it, with few different number of seed beads, with different sort of patterns, picking up different numbers, going through different beads, and somewhat in some of them I ended up with a very straight line in the middle. Some of them I ended up with more of a jaggedy line. Some of them I didn't like on the side, but some of them was pulled in too much. So when you have got a beautiful Rivoli like this, you want to expose as much of the Rivoli as possible. So you only want to pull in just over the edge, because if I pull it even more, then we're going to see less of the Rivoli and you're going to see more of the seed beads. So when you have something like this, I really do like to put sort of I don't really care about the extra time. I just put it in because I keep on going until I get it to, like, you know, I can see all the beads, and I can see most of the Rivoli, and it just sits nice. Right, I'm going almost all the way around. I've got a couple more to add, and can you see it's already cupping up? So coming through this. There we go. And then adding the last one. So when you're adding the last one in, just make sure that you're going to go into the right bead, because you have to count the original first loop in there. So now I need to go through this one, and I'm going to go through the first two I have added. So when you look at your beadwork, and let's look at it from the outside, you can see which are the twos, because they are sort of the bottom of a triangle, if you look at it that way. On your beadwork. So I went through I added the twos, and I'm going to pull this tight. Now at the moment I have got just enough space to put my Rivoli in, but my Rivoli can still fall out, so we're going to have to hold on to it. Oh, Charlotte, thank you so much for the stars. Really appreciate it. And then he's asking what size of the pearls. So the pearls are 3mm and the seed beads are size 15. So I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to pop this Rivoli in there. And I'm going to hold on to the Rivoli and the beadwork with one hand. So I'm going to hold it just like, I don't know, you would hold a sandwich or a biscuit or anything like that. With maybe let's hold it with the middle finger and the thumb. Just zoom out. So we focus with middle finger and thumb. And then I can slightly support it on the sides with my index finger and my ring finger. So I'm holding and supporting my beadwork from all kind of like 4 sides, I guess. So I'm going to pull this really tight. Now we're going to run around this inner circle, but we're going to miss out the middle seed beads. So all we want to go through, I'm going to miss this middle seed bead. All I want to go through is the 2 seed beads which I added in the previous row. And when I'm pulling this tight, I'm going to bring this up to see. So we are creating a little thread path just there, and we're going to go around and we're going to pull this really tight. So kind of the thread path is going to disappear, and these beads at the moment are sitting sort of like straightish. Can you see I'm like leaving one out and then going through the next two? Those, and as I'm pulling tight, can you see that thread path is pulling it together, and my beads on the edge, they're kind of going to give me, instead of a straight edge, they're going to give me a more of a jaggedy sort of a picot edge, and I'm just pulling it really tight. Don't worry if first time around you're not able to pull it super tight, because you're going to come around a couple of times, and each time as we come around I'm going to be pulling it more and more to really pull the beadwork over the Rivoli. Just make sure you're supporting it with your hand from kind of like all angles as you're going around. There we go. So I'm almost all the way. So even if you go all the way, and I'm going to pull this really tight, it started to hold the Rivoli in, but it's not tight enough just yet. I got a few more beads to go to. There we go. And I'm back right at the beginning now. So instead of, I'm just going to pull it really tight. And then what I'm going to do, I'm going to run around a couple more times, and every single time as I go around, I'm going to pull it tighter and tighter and tighter. And as you're pulling it tighter and tighter and tighter, what is this going to do? Is going to bring those beads inwards over just the edge of the Rivoli, because that's what we want. We don't want it to cover much of the Rivoli. We want it just to cover a little bit of the Rivoli, and they're still sitting a little bit straight. But as I go along, they're going to start to, let me show you on this finished one, they're going to start to sit on an angle. Can you see? Right, Isla's saying question, if you have a crystal with a hole drilled at the top, like the large heart incrustation, could you encase it like the Rivolis? Thanks, Kitty. So heart shape would be a little bit different because obviously you got angles on there to do. Drops or rounds, you could, you know, do, even if there is a hole, if there isn't a hole, it doesn't really matter. You can still encase it this way. It's really just because there is a hole on the Rivoli or on the crystal or anything like that, you don't have to use it. I mean, you can still encase it any way you want it to. Richard saying, I used to struggle at first, but I kept it and it all found that my tension wasn't tight enough. Yes, so when you're doing this in a row, you really just need to pull it tight. And what I usually do, and probably you can see me doing it, that I do stop the time, I pull my beadwork, I kind of like, oops, push and pull it. So it goes, let me just pop that back in. So it goes over the Rivoli. I pull my thread, and instead of just leaving my thread there, because then I'm giving the opportunity for it to travel backwards, I usually, when I pull it tight, I just pop it under my thumb, so I'm not letting it travel back in my seed beads, and then I carry on going through the beads I need to go to. There we go, and pulling it tight again. I've only been through about half a time, haven't I? I need to do another 1.5. So, but you want to go around completely a couple of times here to really pull it nice and tight, because otherwise your stone can still fall out, and we don't want the stone to fall out. This is why it's important to use AA thread, because that is just a little bit thinner than the D, and it just gives you the opportunity. You can go down to size 12 needle with AA thread, but it just gives you the opportunity to get right to the top, that you can go through your beadwork more than once. Right, there we go. Getting to the top. And I'm going around one more time. So this is when you're going around the third time, is kind of like when everything pulls together. So it's important. If you got a size 10 needle, you might not be able to go through the third time. So it's better to use a size 12 or 11, what I'm using right here. And can you see it's going over it now? So even if I wiggle it, it's not going to fall out anymore, because I've been through a couple of times, and I'm going around the third time now, pulling it really tight. There we go. And I'm gonna go up and down in those beads just to pull them really tight. I have foolishly added some hand cream onto my hands before we started the live, because my hands are so dry, like they always get really dry in the winter. So I am trying to pull it as tight as I can, but maybe I shouldn't have. I would have, if I didn't put hand cream on, I would have been able to pull it better. So top tip, before you do, in case you realize, don't add hand cream on. You can go to 1 bead at a time or 2 beads at a time here. And I'm almost finished. I've got another half an round to go around. But this is when the magic happens, when you're coming around and pulling it really tight. So what do we think so far? Was this easier, what you thought? I'm going to take a sip of my coffee. Or have you done encasing like this before? Sylvie's saying, arriving late from South Australia, that looks lovely with the pearls. My next project, I think. Hope you're feeling better. Yes, I'm feeling better. So we are doing these beautiful earrings. We're just encasing this 13 by 18 millimeter Rivolis, and we got some pearls at the back, and we got beautiful size 15 seed beads at the front. They really do look great, these two-tone Rivolis, and we got them in 7 different color. Right, I am just going to go through the last few beads I need to go through. pulling it nice and tight. And then I'm going to weave my thread down to the pearls. Just come up through here. I'm going to go through the next 3 beads and then I'm going down because I think that's where I started out to run around my Rivoli. Oops. If my thread doesn't knot up. We're doing so good so far this morning. There we go. There was a little knot on it. Oh, come on, thread. Don't show me up now. He's twisted, right? Okay. So what happens when you keep on stitching together, your thread can twist it. So I'm just going to show you something very quickly. So if your thread gets twisted, hold your thread like just underneath your needle with one hand, and with the other hand, index finger and thumb, and just pull down on your thread. And if you can see, start spinning around. That's because my thread is twisted. Let me just cut the bobbin off so you can twist out properly. So again, under the needle, index finger and thumb, and pull it all the way down on your thread. And if you get to the bottom and it's keep twisting, 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 then your thread was twisted, and that will help you not to have so many knots as you go along. So I think we are good. Let's go through these 2 and we are good to go down. And then I'm just going to follow any thread path down into what I have created in any of the seed beads, and I just want to go down through the seed beads, and I'm just gonna come towards the top. I'm just gonna go into one pearl because actually I'm in the right place. So when you look at your, before we add the air wire to it, when you look at your sort of all encasing of your Rivoli and you look at it from the top, so you kind of need to have one pearl right at the top of the tip. Now if that one is a little bit off center, then your air wire is going to be off center as well, but you don't worry about it too much when you're starting. What you can do, I'm going to hold the Rivoli with one hand between my thumb and index finger. I'm going to hold my beadwork with my other hand with my thumb and index finger. I'm just going to twist this hand slightly. I'm just going to twist it maybe just a couple of millimeters to get this pearl to sit right at the top. So I'm coming out the pearl just before the one at the top. I'm going to go ahead, oh hold on, I need to grab some air wires. I'm going to go ahead, oh, and actually before we put the air wires on, because there's 2 ways you can put the air wires on. You can either put it on now, or you can put it on later on when you finished your beadwork, and then you open up the loop on your air wire and close it back in. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put it on now. So before I put it on, and I think, what did I do with my pliers? They were just here. Oh, never mind, we use these ones. So before I put it on, I need to close up this gap right here. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just going to turn this, and I'm going to turn it right against. I want to close it up. I want to make sure this is completely closed and there is no cuts. There is nothing in my, and I'm even going to go in. I'm just going to slightly push it just like that to make sure that connection is completely closed. Because we're going to have a thread in between the seed beads. So what we don't want is the air wire to slid between 2 seed beads and then come off. So a little trick you could do is to add a little bit of nail varnish or a little bit of glue, just a tiny bit of dot right where that cut was or cut is on your air wire, to make sure that they're not gonna come out at all when we're wearing them. So I'm coming out the pearl right before the top one. I'm gonna pick up 4 seed beads. I'm gonna go through the loop on my clasp. Now pay attention that what way you're going through the loop, because if you go through the wrong way, and then your earring is gonna face the wrong way. So really have to look at this. So I want it to sit that way. Pop it down on your mat and just have a look. I'm coming out on the right hand side, so I'm gonna go from right to left. And then I'm going to pick up another 4 seed beads, and I'm going to come through the pearl. So I want to come through the top pearl, but from the other side towards where my thread is at the moment. So I'm just going to come through there, and I'm going to pull this up nice and tight. Then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to go into these seed beads just like that. I'm going to go all the way around just to strengthen the connection and make it a little bit tighter here. And when I get to the other side, I'm going to go down, well, towards my tail is right now, and just pull this through and pull it tight. So all is left to do is I'm going to knot my tail end and my working end together again to have a nice strong finish. And there we go. And then never cut your thread right next to your knot. What you want to do is you want to go ahead and take your thread through the next few pearls, and then you are good to cut your thread off. That's it. And then I will add needle to my tail end and do exactly the same with that one to pull it into a few pearls. I liked, if I taken this way, I like to take the other thread the other way on my beadwork, so they even end up on opposite ends. And there we have got the beautiful pair of earrings. Shawty's saying simply beautiful. Kimberly's saying, yes, miss, we will pay attention. Oh, bless. But you know, like little details, and I make mistakes as well. And I make mistakes all the time. And I'm only telling you because it's like when I use a toggle clasp, and I have done it before when I put the same, like, you know, the T-bar on both ends or the circle on both ends, and like it's so easily done because you're distracted with the pretty beads, and perhaps we have got the TV or we got the radio or something on the background, and we're distracted with that as well, and then maybe somebody else comes on asking for, oh, can I have a drink, can I have a snack, one of my pesky little children, and then you end up putting T-bars on both ends of your bracelet. So I'm just only saying, because I made those mistakes as well. If you do make the mistake, then don't worry too much, because you can always open up the loop on your air wire and turn it around. So let me just zoom out a tiny bit so I can bring in the other colors as well. So this is it's called Pink Blue on the website, but it's pink purple really. Beautiful tanzanite color, and you can see, you can just wipe it with my top because you can see my little fingerprint on the top of the Rivoli there. So then we got golden cyan, which is this one, this beautiful golden orange color, very, very summery, like sort of fiery color. I really wanted to do like I stuck to sort of golds and silvers and a couple of colors, but I really wanted colors to stand out here. We got golden clear, which is this beautiful color as well. Again, this is something, because it's more golden, it will go with a lot of things in your wardrobe. We got fuchsia green, beautiful spring color. We have got fuchsia gold, which is again a beautiful spring color as well. We have got the crystal IB, which are these little beauties. How sparkle is that? That is just super sparkle, perfect for weddings or all sorts of different things. And then we got the black. Let me just take the other one out of my ear as well, so you can see them together. And we got this beautiful black, which is again, so I just touched it. It's got my little fingerprint on it. So let's get rid of the fingerprint. There we go. So those are the 7 colors we have got. I need to make a second pair out of those 3, and I will do later on, because I'm not gonna lie, these are not gonna go into the these are going upstairs into my jewelry box because they're so nice that I'm gonna wear them. You know me, I love earrings, and they looks beautiful. So they're gonna disappear upstairs into my jewelry box. I'm allowed, I think, aren't I? Can we sing Golly teasing? I love it. Come here. Should I sing Absolute Gorgeous? We have to try to make this very, very easy. Just keep 2 things in mind. Really pull the middle part in when you're doing it. So you close those seed beads over the Rivoli. Commonly saying the AB, golden, clear, and pink purple are my favorite. They're all of my favorite because as I was doing them, I was like, "Ooh, I really like this one." I was doing the next color, and I really like that one. So I'm gonna finish these. I'm gonna do the other pair for these, and they're gonna disappear upstairs, so I can wear them. They are all my favorite. You deserve to have a set, Kitty Lucy. I do, don't I? They are so pretty. Lovely earrings. The color fading at the top. Yeah, I just. I like the ombre effect in there. I think they're different. Brenda's saying better lost in box than in your jewelry box than in the warehouse, but they're not gonna make it to the warehouse, Brenda. There's no way. I'm like letting my hands on. I'm just gonna be like, oh, I can't find them. I can't bring them in. Lucy's saying she'd like to get all the colors. Beautiful, so elegant. Right. Okay. Natalie's saying stunning colors. Okay, so she's absolutely gorgeous, stunning, love them. Oh, you love them all. I'm so glad that you love them because I really loved playing around with these ones. So Natalie's going to be with you on Friday. I am with you next week. I haven't got my diary in front of me, but I'm not sure what day, what day we agreed. But we got open day on Saturday at the warehouse. So if you are near us, please do come in and say hello. We're going to have all sorts of goodies out, and I'm going to be there as well. So even if you just want to come in for a chat, just come in and say hello. Also, I'm doing Creation Station on Sunday night, and next weekend is Natalie's going to be coming down, so we're going to be up to no good again all weekend. This is not this weekend, next weekend. We're going to be working out loads of new projects for you. So everybody, have a beautiful few days. Oh, Charlotte's saying good night, Kitty. Good night to you as well. So Charlotte is in Hawaii, the other side of the world. So she's like 1 a.m. for her. Bless her. So good to staying up. I'm just saying can't get there on Saturday. Oh bless you. You will be with us in spirit, I think. That's like if you can't come, just be with us in spirit. I might do it. I could do a little live. I don't know. We see. We see how we go. We might just pop up. Might just do like a spontaneous one. Right. Okay. So that's it from me today. Thank you so much for coming and watching. I really appreciate every single one of you. Have a beautiful couple of days, and I'll